Alright, we're going to talk about the Manly Peak this morning. Been trying to get a hold of one of these for a long time. And Steve from Super Steel Steve helped me get one. I really appreciate it, Steve. This is S90V. It is the Manly Peak model. And before we go any further, I have a bad habit of dropping brand new knives. At least this one was closed this time. But it did smack the blacktop, and it has some marks on it now, but it doesn't matter. It is a user. That's what it was intended for. I will say it was a little stiff prior to this, and now it loosened up quite a bit since I dropped it, so I guess I can't be too upset. The Manly Peak S90V. Just a couple size comparisons. It's a Spyderco Endura, almost identical in size, identical blade length. Ontario Wrap Model 1 is actually a little bit shorter than this. And last, the Spyderco Paramilitary 2, also a little bit shorter than the Manly Peak. And while I have this out, you can also notice the tip on the Peak is thinner than the Paramilitary 2, which I have no problem with that. I think that's actually a good feature for this particular knife, because at 15 degrees per side, which is what it's set at right now, it is 8 thousandths behind the edge all the way up to about here, where it rapidly goes to 6.5 thousandths behind the edge. The only use I put on this so far was a factory edge cut test, and I may or may not post that, but I will say this thing cuts so nice. I thought that the Civivi Statera cut nice. This is even better. Even though this is just a thousandth thicker behind the edge, still so much better cutting. I like there's no jimping. The only traction on this is a little bit on the backlock release, and this little bit right here to keep you from getting up on the blade. It is, however, so subtle that it's not sharp, it's not uncomfortable. When I was using the factory edge on cardboard, it didn't bother my fingers or anything. It's actually executed very well. I really like the pocket clip. Doesn't matter one way or the other if it was deep carry, but it doesn't have too much tension. It's just about perfect amount of tension, and it is not hard to get in and out of your pocket. There is a little bit of grip from the G10, but nothing like Spyderco G10. Overall, I really like the knife. In the box, they do send the different size hex head wrenches. I don't know if it's meant for you to take it apart, to do adjustments, whatever. It's pretty cool they include the tools for the price. Overall, we are going to see this quite a bit. I will be doing cut tests with this, and I will be using this quite a lot. From what I've used it so far, I'm really enjoying it. My only complaint about the entire knife is the hole. You can actually feel where there is a burr on the outside that needs to be taken down. but the rest of the knife is done so well that I can overlook that. I don't have a problem with that at all. And from the amount of times I've opened and closed it, I will say it's not a problem as far as digging into your finger or anything. To me, it doesn't feel sharp. It's more the fact that I can feel that it's there. The blade grind is done very well. Feels nice and even. When I did sharpen it, got a nice even bevel on both sides. No high spots, no weird spots. Nothing that gave me any concerns. When you look down the blade, it's nice and straight. My example is a hair off center, but I'm not real big about whether or not it's perfectly centered. Overall, I really like the knife. I think it's a good value for the money. And this is definitely going to be a fun user. This is Manly knives, from what I've seen of the Wasp that a few people have, and from having this Peak, they make knives for knife people. It has geometry to cut. They offer many different steel choices. And overall, I just really like this. But that's all I have for this. Manly Peak, you'll be seeing more of it. And as always, I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.